Hi, my name's James White and I'm the UK's leading prospect conversion expert. I specialise in helping fantastic service businesses achieve incredible sales results. In this video, I'm going to share with you 8 great ideas that you can use in order to win over an ice cold prospect. We've all been there when we've engaged with someone that's really cold and doesn't want to warm to us and what we do. So let's have a look at the video and look at some ideas on what you can do to try and warm them up and hopefully get the result you want from them. So what's the first thing you can do in order to get that prospect really warm into you as a person and warm into your business? The first thing I advise people to do is to show the prospect that they're not just a number to you, and really do the research on them to understand more about who they are. Have a look at their website, have a look at their LinkedIn profile, their social media, and find out what's going on in their world. Find out what's been happening in their business or something that's happened personally if they've shared it on Twitter or Facebook. Really show that you're interested in them as a person and that you care about them and you're not just another number or person to call or tick. It's going to help the prospect warm to you and it's going to make you sound to be the personable person that you are, which is a key factor in getting better sales results. So the second thing you need to do when you engage with a really cold prospect is focus on what is in it for them and how what you do can really benefit them personally. The reality is prospects make decisions, of course, about what they need for their company or what they need for their business, but it is also about what it matters to them personally. And when you're engaging with someone that's cold, that doesn't want to react, what you've got to be able to do is put yourself in their shoes and understand what makes them tick, what's in it for them, what's it going to do for them personally as a result of deploying your service and working with you and your business. And if you can think like them and really try and show them that you understand them and that you really care about trying to give them some value personally, it's going to be a major difference in getting a better sales result and a better reaction from that prospect. So the third thing I say to people that's key for you to do when you're engaging with a prospect that's really quite cold is be really clear about your purpose and what you're looking for within the conversation. Maybe they're thinking, I don't want to hear sales waffle, I don't want to be sold and told lots of features, I don't want to be kept on the phone for minutes and minutes and not be able to get on with what I want to do. So be very clear and concise in your engagement with them what it is you're looking to do and what the purpose of that is. If you want to arrange a meeting, tell them, I'm calling you because I'd like to arrange a meeting with you. If you want to arrange a demonstration, say to them, I'm calling because I'd like to arrange a demonstration with you. If you're calling to understand them, say that I'm calling to understand more about you and your business so I can help you more. Be clear about your purpose and be very specific so that you can then use that as a stage to move the prospect onto the next part of your sales process. Do that and you're going to get a better result, or you're going to at least mean the prospect knows you value and respect their time, which is going to make you look good in their eyes. So point number 4 is all about being personable and friendly, but not being OTT and trying to over-flatter someone. Being friendly is a key part of my track fair model, and I believe if you're friendly and engaging with people, you can really warm them up to come along to your way of thinking. And it's very difficult for someone on a consistent basis to be very nasty and cold when someone is being so friendly back in return. Of course, it's their job when they're a prospect and being sold to maybe be a bit standoff and cold. But by being friendly and by being supportive and helpful and focusing on the other aspects that we've mentioned, of course they're going to warm to you and who you are as a person. I've engaged with lots and lots of prospects who in the first instance really didn't want to speak to me because I've understood them, I've engaged with them, I've been clear about what I can do for them and I've listened to them, they've warmed up to me and I've then been able to take them on the next stage of the sales process. So be personable, be friendly, but don't be OTT because you know what, those tactics don't work, especially in a modern age when people can see through that approach that you're taking. Be nice, be personable, be friendly, but be direct about what it is you want to get from the conversation and how you can help them, and you're going to see a better result from that cold prospect. So when a prospect's cold, of course it's really difficult to engage with them at all. I know that. I've engaged with people on countless times where I thought, how am I going to try and build a link with this person, build a rapport? Because building prospect rapport is essential. And one of the key things you can try and do is see if you can build a common link. Is there someone that you both have as a friend on LinkedIn? Have you been able to go onto their social media profiles and see that they support a sports team or have an interest that you can relate to? Is there some way in which where they live, you have been there before or you know someone that's been there? Is there a common link that you can look from your research that you can use in your conversation? Something like, oh, I saw that you were a football fan and that you were at the game the other week with Manchester United. How did that go? Did you enjoy the game? By doing something like that, you're in a position to try and build that rapport and build a common link. And then you can start to have a conversation with them around football or sport or hobbies, whatever it is. Build that common link, try and show interest in them, understand them, and you're going to be in a better position to warm up that prospect in from being cold into being slightly warmer. So the best salespeople know what's happening next. They think about their prospects as if they were playing a game of chess. And the masters of chess have moves time and time ahead in advance. They know what's going to happen and then do something as a result of that. And with your prospect, if your prospect's being cold and not really engaging with you, if you can know that, you can prepare for that and maybe use some questioning or some responses in order to try and warm them up in a certain way. For example, if they're giving you one-word answers, maybe after a point in time, you can actually say, is this a conversation you want to pursue? Is this a challenge you've really got that you want to look at the moment? Are you really keen to move something forward over the course of the next few weeks? Try and think what the prospect's going to do next. And if you've got a plan ahead of you in what you do, you can be in a better position to engage with them and hopefully build that rapport to move them from being cold into hopefully at least being lukewarm. So when a prospect is cold and they're really not engaging with you, it's very difficult to make any of your words stick with them. The reality is, most prospects don't really want to listen to a salesperson or someone that's trying to sell them something, but they are more prepared on a regular basis to listen to others that are similar to them. So if you can show them others or even put them in contact with others that have bought your service and actually are happy to act as references and engage with that prospect, that can be a massive factor in turning that prospect from being cold into one that's warmer. I've used it myself on a number of occasions where I've asked a really happy customer that I have to actually speak to a prospect who's actually not sure or really giving me really cold signals. And I'm amazed that once I then phone them back afterwards, how responsive they are and engaged they are with me as a result of talking to someone similar to them. Show the prospect that they're not alone, that other people have been through what they're going through and actually have come out the other side and got a solution. And if you do that, and if you engage with them afterwards, you can find that that makes a massive difference in warming them up and moving them to the next point in your sales process. And point number 8, and the final point about how you can turn that ice cold prospect into a prospect that you work with, or even someone that you decide not to work with, is to really value yourself and respect yourself. If you actually show the prospect that of course you want to engage with them, but that you're not just going to take criticism or you're going to take a really icy tone consistently from them. And actually, if it gets to the point where you really feel, hey, this isn't working, that you tell them, I just don't think this is working, you don't seem to want to engage with me in any way, then yes, of course, it's a last resort to take with a prospect, but it will show the prospect that you value yourself and that you value what you do and that you're not going to be prepared to be mucked around by them or that you're not prepared to just be treated like rubbish. And what that can help do is actually build respect for you within the prospect's mind, so they may then decide to take a different approach with you as a result. I've engaged with prospects on a regular basis who have been cold with me, and when I've replied back with, you don't seem to want to build a relationship, or do you really want to work with us in order to help solve that problem, it's broken the ice and it's helped us move forward. So there you have it. There's my 8 points of what you can do to try and turn that icy cold prospect into someone that is warmer and more engaging with you. Of course, there is no magic secret into getting someone that doesn't want to talk to you to buy from you. But the reality is the actions you take and the way you take them can make a big difference in turning that prospect into a customer. I hope this video has been useful to you. I've loved sharing some of my ideas and thoughts on what works. But if you've got experience of how you've turned and won an icy prospect over, then share them in the comment section below. And if you like the video, I'd love you to subscribe to my channel, and I'd love you to be able to share it with colleagues and friends so they can learn and understand more about how I'm passionate about helping them achieve brilliant sales results. My name's James White. I'm the UK's leading prospect conversion expert, and I look forward to sharing other videos with you really soon.